damn video, this opening scene about 6 times already. Let's give it another try. All right. Welcome to my channel. My name is Tony. I'm a senior citizen, 64 years old. I'm retired and I live on a sailboat. So why do I live on a sailboat? Well, I split up with my wife about 2.5, 3 years ago. And at the time, I didn't know what to do. And so I hung around and really didn't do much for a while. And then I decided, you know what? Let's buy a damn boat and live on a boat. It's cheap. I live on fixed income, so that helps out. Now, what I didn't do was spend a lot of time researching what I should have done. And hold on a second, I got to step over this thing here. Oh, so what I ended up doing was I actually bought one boat down at Pawleys Island, South Carolina, a Joliet 950. And it was a 32-foot boat, had 2 rear cabins, and it was pretty good. Then this boat popped up about 2 months later, and I decided to go buy it. I came and looked at it. I fell in love with the lines. It's a 1979 CNC 38 Mark II. And I fell in love with the lines and decided to buy it and sell the other boat. Of course, it took me a year to sell the other boat, but it's sold. So what is this series going to be about? It's going to be about a couple of things. It's going to be about a senior citizen, a senior guy, an old guy like me that lives by himself, doesn't socialize much, but does have a passion for working on the boat. So what you'll see in this series, like you just kind of repeating myself, is me doing a ton of boat work. I do all the work by myself except for my grandson that's come and helped me a couple of times, and you'll see him on this video. One thing I'll tell you is I'm not a professional. Do not follow my advice. If you see something and copy it and it ends up bad, well, that's your fault. All right. So, like I said, this is it's just something to do. You know, as when you're old and you're alone, you have to find something to do. And I'm not one just to sit around and watch TV or work in a garden. So, let me sit down here before I fall off this damn boat. Oh. So anyway, you'll see a lot of things in the coming episodes about the work that I'm doing on the boat. It's not going to be in sequence because I've been filming. I bought this boat in June or July of 2023, and now it's actually Valentine's Day of 2025. And I've been filming since I bought the boat, and I've just gotten around to figuring out how to upload this stuff on YouTube and things like that, and how to edit videos. Don't want to get confused. I ain't very good at it. So the main thing I want you guys to get out of this is that even if you don't have a lot of experience, you can do it yourself, or you can find something that you can do that you enjoy doing. And we'll see how it goes. I want y'all to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and that'll help the video to be shown so more people can see. And the biggest thing is just have fun. I mean, that's all I'm doing on the boat. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself. I'm trying things out. I've had to redo several things. I've made a bunch of mistakes. It's hard to believe that I can be this old and be this stupid. So, but sometimes you never learn. I've got a bunch of things going on. As you can see, I don't have a mast on the boat right now. I pulled it off to do some deck work, had to do some core replacement of the deck, things like that. And so while I have it down, I've actually been working on the mast. You'll see some of that in the upcoming videos. Also having it has steel rod rigging. I'm actually having that replaced, and that'll be ready in a few weeks or so. and we'll get up. And so hopefully we'll get the mast back up within the next month or two and be able to go out and sell some. But we'll see. I just got a lot of things that I want to do. Like I said, I'm completely refitting and refurbishing this boat, and so it's going to be a journey. So come along with the journey and enjoy the rest of the video. 79 CNC 38-2 called Excalibur. It's a lot of boat for a single person. It appears to be in really good shape, so we'll find out what my dummy ass has done. And you'll see she's a nice little sloop, wheel steering. She has a 24 horsepower Yanmar engine. Nice set of winches. She comes with a full sail complement, including the roller furling, radar, nice electronics. Maybe a little dated. We'll check them out here as we get the boat started up and go through all the parts that we need to change and things of that nature. I expect to be in the yard here for about 6 weeks or so, getting everything done. Here we see the interior of the CNC 38 to begin with. You can see it's a nice old teak wood or teak style. Don't know if it's teak yet, but it looks like teak to me. A teak and holly floorboard. You can see there were sails. There's a full complement of sails in the back. Plus there's one more sail I am to pick up. This particular vessel has a built-in AC unit that I've just turned on, what you hear running. And it's blowing out cold air. Look at the head, which has another sail in it. Okay. So, nice large quarter berth with more sails. So I'm really, really happy with this purchase. My first project was redoing the bottom paint. So I tried an ecologically friendly paint remover, and unfortunately, even after 2 tries, it didn't work worth the crap. It was $700, $800 wasted. It sucked. So after finding out that using the ecologically correct paint remover wouldn't work, decided we'd have to sand the bottom off by hand. So this is actually my grandson sanding here. So as we walk around the boat, you can see areas that I've sanded. You know, you'll see some pictures here shortly of what we looked like after we sanded it. But you can see we've sanded quite a bit, basically sanding down to the barrier coat, plus popping a few blisters here and there, which we had to do, and you'll see where I've done some repairs on those a little bit later in the video. But you can see we're doing a pretty good job of sanding using 40 grit, then 60 or 80 grit to get it all sanded. So all in all, came out, it took I'm not gonna lie to you, it took 4 or 5 days, maybe longer, to get it sanded. There were like 6 coats of paint on the boat. But as you can see here, we've got it completely sanded. Was really happy with the way the sanding came out. We did on the keel, we took it down a little deeper in those areas. You can see you should probably wear a Tyvek suit, or you end up looking like this. Unless, of course, you have a grandson that you can let him look like that, and it doesn't matter anymore. He's got a long time to live.
Okay, got the boat sanded down to 80 grit, patched some dings and scratches. Yeah, it takes longer to walk around than I remembered. There's a pretty good ding up top here that I patched. It'd be a lot easier if I had a selfie stick out here with me. But you can see where I used the Alexil 402 or something like that. So what I'll do next is sand those areas down and then apply the primer. Clean it up with degrease it and apply the primer.
Okay, you can see where I have applied the first 2 coats of primer down. And all in all, it came out pretty good. Not as great as I thought it would, but okay. Okay, so what I've done here is applied a guide coat. What the guide coat does is help me find any imperfections before I apply the final coat of paint. Okay, so what you're seeing now is the first coat of paint was applied and sanded, and then you can see the second coat was applied, so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so I have resanded this side of the hull with 320 grit, and I'm gonna get it cleaned up, retaped, and then we'll get it covered with a tarp and paint it tomorrow, hopefully. As you can see here, this is the final coat of paint. I used Alexil Blackberry Red. I rolled it and tipped it using their rolling additive, and it turned out really well, really well.
Let's do some sanding on Christmas Day.
Alright, so I hadn't posted in a while, or hadn't taken any videos in a while, I should say. I've been posting a lot on Facebook. But I've done my final sanding, final fairing, I should say. I've sanded it twice, the hull itself. You can also see I've got my waterline in. So I've come back through, run my hand over it, and just got a couple more areas that I want to fill in and get a little better, get it smoother. You can see what I come back and patched. Used fairing compound on, sealing the hull where I faired not the hull, but the keel, but areas. So what I'll do next is let this dry for a day. Of course, it's gonna rain tomorrow, and then I'll sand it off and start putting the barrier coat on. Okay, and so let me show you all the transom. You can see the transom is also done. So not too bad altogether. All right, so you can see the completed epoxy barrier coat. I used Interlux 2000. I used 2000E, whatever it is, and there's 3 coats of that been rolled on. Now we see the bottom coat has been completed. I used Micron CSC, and the color is sharp white. There's 2 or 3 coats, I don't remember exactly, but it came out really good. I really like the color. So here you can see the Alexil Blackberry Red on the hull. The waterline is Total Gold by Sailboat, and the bottom paint is Micron CSC sharp white. Alrighty, so now what we're doing is actually putting on the decals. Now, the boat has been painted since the fall of 2023, and here we are. This is the end of March of 2024 that we're putting the decals on, and we're getting the decals on right before I get splashed. You'll notice I don't have a mast on, and that'll be in a later video, taking my mast down because of some deck work I had to do. But I needed to get out of the yard because it was costing me double. It was costing me for the slip and for the to be in the yard at the same time. So I made the decision just to go ahead and put the boat back, get the outside done, everything that need to be done below the deck or on the outside done, so I could at least put the boat in the water and save the monthly yard fee. So what we're doing here is actually what Robert, that's my grandson Robert, what he's doing is putting the decal in different places. What he was doing was putting the decal in different places. Right here you can see he's pushing bubbles out. It's been attached and he's pushing bubbles out. So anyway, so he was checking in different places where I exactly wanted the decals to go. We have the same decal on both the starboard and port side. They are flipped, and you'll see it at the end exactly why I wanted one of them flipped. So you can see he's cleaning the area with acetone right now to make sure there's no contaminants. Like I said, it's been 5 or 6 months since the hull was painted. So you spraying it down with a little soapy water. You spray the back of the decal with soapy water, and that's what I was doing there. Giving it back to him, saying put a little more water on it so it's wet. Sticking it up there, and then we'll start adjusting. Now the other side we got adjusted pretty quickly. This side took a lot of adjustment and pulling it off, putting it back on, pulling it off, putting it back on. It probably took 3 to 4 times longer to get this one done than the other side. I'm not exactly sure why that was the reason, but we're measuring from and I think it had to do with the fact that when the design was reversed, the bubbles didn't quite reverse quite the same or something. I mean, I don't know, but I know we had a hard time getting this measured on correctly. But we finally did get it, because I get a little anal if things aren't exactly the same. You know, I'm the guy that goes into a room that has a picture hanging, and if it's a little bit off, I'm gonna straighten it up. It's just something, that's one of the weird things about me, is I like to see things kind of straight. So we're working it. This side here, like I said, it took both of us to work this one out, get all the bubbles out. So here at this point, we think we have it where we want it, pulling it back off because we're getting bubbles and stuff. And then we go down and look, come back and measure and look at it a little more and say, you know what, let's pull it off and do it again, because it's not quite right. Because I'm sitting and measuring. So we actually pull it, look at it, walk around, look at the other one, come back and look at this one. So yeah, something's not quite right. So we adjust it a little more. You know, it's getting dry underneath, so it makes it a little harder to pull off. But as long as you keep it moist, finally got it off. At this point here, he's just pushing some bubbles out. Sometimes you'll pull bubbles into it, so you just use something like a credit card type thing and push the bubbles out. But you can see it on the other side. The colors really matched up well. I didn't know if the colors will match well, but they actually did. I didn't know if the monkey would stand out against that blackberry red hull, but it does. You can see the name Excalibur on it. It was a special font. We had the fire hatch. We had to buy the font to send it to be used. You can see the back here, the name and the monkey on the back. Port name's missing. Alrighty, so I hope y'all enjoyed this week's video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll have another video up for you next week.